Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ascending High Priestess. I hope you guys are doing well. And like always, if you like this reading, please hit like, share, and subscribe. So let's see what Spirit has for you today. Let's see. All right. So right now, Spirit wants you to reserve that energy, okay? Reserve that energy. We have Inguas, okay? Inguas is basically a rune that basically tells you that you are renewing. So that's a lot of energy, okay? A lot of energy that's being moved around. So you are in a very vital, okay, vitality, very energetic. Even though you may not feel very energetic, your energy itself, it's moving things around. So that way, potentially new things could come in, okay? You have a lot of ideas, a lot of powerful new beginnings may start, okay? Spring is just right around the corner, okay? We are just heading out into a very, very new era, okay? It feels like there's a lot of newness coming in for a lot of you, a lot of gestation, a lot of fertility, okay? So that means either A, for some of you, that may mean children in the future. For a lot of you, though, it may mean a lot of new prosperity, new opportunities, new growth, and new energy. So you need to nurture that, okay? The High Priestess is one that's going to be giving you some of these ideas through dreams, through your intuition, okay? A lot of these ideas are going to come to you through the ethers, okay? So you basically need to kind of pay attention to what's going on when you get those little nudges from spirit, okay? Because basically you are in this high priestess energy. So spirit right now is going to be working with you to kind of bring in a lot of new things, okay? And the energy is also in Libra, which is balancing a lot of these scales, a lot of justice. Okay, it's going to be coming in. For a lot of you, that may mean justice in relationships, okay, justice with past partners. And partners doesn't necessarily have to mean old lovers, okay, but it just could mean maybe past partnerships as in work, okay? So you're going to be seeing a lot of that from now until probably the summer, beginning of fall for a lot of you. Okay, so you will definitely see a lot of energy in that. For some of you, that may mean a new job. For others of you, that may mean letting go of old relationships or working and mending some new ones, and mending some fences, okay, and building some new ones. So let's see. Spirit is basically spilling the tea, okay? I want you to kind of focus on the card that says rare heart, okay? So if you look at this card, this is you right now. You are the type of person that has a very rare heart. You're very giving, okay? You have a pure heart and you're very loving, okay? But a lot of people, for whatever reason, they take advantage of you. They always think that they could get, over on you for whatever reason. You have this golden aura that is surrounding you. Okay, that's spirit. But you also have, if you notice the purple, that's the purple flame. Okay, so you're very, very protected. So even though you have a lot of people that come at you, and may not even understand you or may not even understand why they don't like you, okay? It has to do a lot with your energy. Your energy sort of shines their demons, okay? It shines a certain part of people have a hard time looking into their shadow sign, while you and I'm not saying that this is easy for you, but you have an easier time because you are so well protected and you have a very high emotional IQ. Okay, not everyone does. So when you speak of certain things, or you do certain things, or you move a certain way, that sort of kind of aggravates other people. And that's not to say that you need to change in any other way. That's their work that they have to do. Okay, you have to, basically stay in your own lane, and continue being at the awesome person that you are. The other card that kind of popped up is the multiple options. So you're going to be in a state right now where different paths are going to open up for you. Okay, different things are going to open up for you, and opportunities. So it is going to be up to you to kind of, reflect on some of these choices and these potential happenings. Okay, and to consider which journey you want to take. For a lot of you, this may mean traveling abroad. For some of you, it may mean going back to school. For others of you, it may mean venturing into a new business. Okay, parenthood, I'm hearing for some of you, motherhood. So for everyone, it's a little bit different. And you see the stones. All of these stones are brightly colored, and they all are going to, Spirit always gives you many, many avenues to choose from. Not one of them is right or wrong. They're just, different. Consider them like different tunnels, okay? And these tunnels are filled with different doors. Whatever door you open, it doesn't mean that's the right door, the wrong door, etc., etc. At least that's how I see it. Spirit will always give you gifts, and they will always give you lessons. And every door that you pick, it's going to be different. And door number one may have 6 gifts and 2 lessons. Door number 2 may have 2 gifts and 1 lesson. Okay, so it's just very, very different for everyone because we're all on a different journey, but you're all going to share on some major gifts and major lessons. Okay, and I think that's what Spirit wants to make sure that they kind of bring across, that there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be learning, a lot of gifts that you are going to be given, and a lot of life lessons that you're going to be going through. Okay, there's also an entanglement. Okay, that entanglement, if you look at it, it's kind of like a knot. It's kind of like a cord. So for some of you, you may need a cord cutting. For others of you, it just may mean an entanglement, from your distant past or from even another lifetime. Okay, it may be from a karmic. Okay, it may be from some struggle that you just have not fully gotten away from. Okay, so you need to kind of accept where you are now, accept these changes, and kind of seek understanding and seek the lesson in all of this. And sometimes you need to kind of step back and reflect. What is it that you, not only what you went through, but what was the big lesson in all of this? Okay, and I think that's what Spirit wants you to know. Not to forget that yes, you went through a lot, and yes, you've come out the other side, but what was the big lesson? Did you learn that lesson? Did you learn everything that you needed to learn? Did you learn that you're so much stronger for going through that? Okay, so I think right now, yes, it is an entanglement, and yes, it is a cord, but before you cut that cord, kind of reflect and do some, I'm hearing some homework on what that lesson was. Okay, so sort of like a end of semester reflection kind of thing. Okay, and if you look at this card, we have the tarot that came out. So I think for a lot of you, you had multiple options, or someone in your life had multiple options, but you felt trapped in this situation, or this person may have felt trapped in a situation. But if you look at the card, this person could easily let go of those bindings and easily walk away. But it was a very emotional kind of trapping, okay? For a lot of you, it weighed heavy on you. There may have been a lot of gossip, but you learn to be strong. You learn to kind of navigate a lot of these hurts alone. For whatever reason, this person or someone from your past is coming back, and they're coming back quickly, okay? At one time, you or this person may have gone through a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of thoughts, okay, a lot of emotions about what happened, what didn't happen, what could have been said, what was said, but you were always covered by divine, okay? You were always taken care of. If you see that blanket is your ancestors and the divine, okay? They always had your back, even though it felt heavy and emotional, and you felt like, how am I going to get through this? You eventually did. And for a lot of you, you will come out through, to the other side a lot stronger. If you look at the card of strength, this woman is taming that lion. That's strength, okay? Not everyone could tame a lion. Not everyone could walk with a lion, okay? But that just shows what kind of power you have, okay? Someone in your life, either you or the person that you were with, they were given a lot of things, okay? They were given a lot of things. They were things that were lined up for this person. They were that were supposed to be generational, on here, generational wealth. But things that were given that were passed down from one generation to the other. And I'm hearing these were the only good things that they had. So for someone, it could have been, things that maybe your grandparents or your great grandparents kind of cherished. It could have been, maybe silverware. It could have been just, advice. It could have been jewelry. It could have been anything, okay? But this is something that was passed down from one generation to the next, that was given, okay? For some of you, it may have been karmic. For others of you, these are gifts that were given to you, whether you're a seer, tarot reader, psychic, etc. These are gifts that were given. For whatever reason, the person that was given a certain gift, and this could be someone from your past, they didn't know that it was a gift. They had no clue what to do with that gift. They had no clue that it was a gift, that it, was, they were expecting, they asked for a gift, and they were not expecting the gift to kind of look the way it did, okay? And basically God and spirit, whoever you aspire to, was, they were like, here's that thing, that one thing that you were asking for, here it is. And this person just, they were like, I don't want that, because it doesn't look for what I really want, okay? So this person may have refused that said gift, okay? So you may have a frenemy, a third party, all right, that may have been working against you, or someone you were entangled with. This is part of that entanglement, okay? This frenemy may have been someone that you went to school with, grew up with, okay? But this person has positioned themselves right in the middle, or at least they want to position themselves right in the middle of your relationship, okay? This person maybe after your King of Cups, or someone that you um, believe is your King of Cups. This King of Cups sees you as their world. So they see everything in you, okay? They see you as their everything. But there's a frenemy that keeps kind of popping up. You know, this person definitely has the attitude of, I am the fun girl, the fun guy. I can do anything I want. Including destroy people's relationships, okay? They may be single or pretend to be single while they were in a relationship, and they may even have a habit of sleeping around with other people's partners. Okay, this is something that they enjoy, trying to break up relationships. Okay, not because they want the person, they may want them at that time. Their goal is to set ablaze, I'm hearing, as much chaos and destruction as possible. Okay, so that is the third party. If you look here, okay, for you right now, this is what's happening right now. So there is going to be some divine intervention. Okay, divine intervention is going to sort of make sure that a lot of this doesn't happen. Okay, a lot of this chaos doesn't just stick around and cause more chaos. Okay, so it looks like, let's see. There is someone that may come to you, or someone that may reach out to you, that you may think is someone that you know, and it's actually somebody else. So be very careful, okay, who you give out information, especially on social media, because you never know who's actually on the other end. Okay, this person may come in trying to find out more information, and it's because they want to talk to you. So there's some sort of trap I'm hearing that they're trying to set. But there is going to be divine intervention. If you look at that card, you see the hand of God. So there's going to be unexpected guidance, and the universe is going to be stepping in to redirect you. Okay, so there may be something or someone that's going to be inviting you somewhere, and it's not going to go as planned because you're going to be redirected. Okay, redirected to not go anywhere with this person. Okay, um, I'm trying to see. So this person definitely may have commitment issues. They're afraid to settle down. They're afraid of intimacy. They're afraid of losing their freedom. So it's a bit complicated. This person, they don't look at things the way you do. You have a sunnier disposition, and you are a happier kind of person. And this person always kind of like looks at things half glass empty. So it's definitely someone who is a deep fake, okay? So if you look at that deep fake card, someone is trying to alter the truth. They're putting on a mask to alter other people's perception of you, and not just that, perceptions of themselves. So they have maybe told people certain things, and it's going to be coming out. And not only is going to be coming out, but it's going to be coming out, it looks like, on social media. Okay, so this person may have at one point maybe even bullied you on social media. Um, they may have reached out to you on your DMs, something about trying to reach out to you. This person is going to get caught. And they're not only going to get caught, they're going to get dragged through social media. A lot of people are seeing them actually kind of like step down um, from their pretend throne. Yeah. And they're definitely going to be, their mask is going to be falling off. Everyone's going to see the truth of this person, okay? If you look at the tarot cards, a lot of them are reversed, okay? So you have the star that's reversed. This person is not in alignment. There's nothing shining about them. This person's going to be losing. People are walking away from them, and they're trying to kind of keep people from moving on, okay? And it's going to be very difficult, okay? Very difficult. This person may be very toxic. This person's definitely not an empress, okay? This person is a reverse empress. Very dark, okay? They are wanting to maintain that certain level of chaos because that's how they thrive. But if you look at justice, justice is going to be served. This is like the second, is it the second or third justice card that pops up? So there's going to be justice, okay, prevailing. Right now, Spirit is not going to let this person move from here to the corner without getting their ass on fire, okay? So if you look at the Justice card, I love this card because it kind of reminds me of St. Michael. I know it's not St. Michael, but it kind of reminds me of him. Right now, this person, they've caused so much chaos and so much heartache, and they've stolen so many things from people, including things from people from your past. And that this sword, if you look at the Three of Swords, that sword in the middle, that sword in the middle, it's for them, okay? Their heart is going to be aching, and that's going to be their punishment for all the harm that they did to you, okay? This person may have left you defeated. This person may have left you unable to even look at your intuition. Your intuition suffered because of this, and there was someone that was supposed to step up to the plate. Maybe this was your karmic partner, and they took their sweet time, okay? They have nothing to really give, or at least they pretend like they had nothing to give. So they took their sweet time. They kind of didn't listen to their intuition, and this ended up very, very badly, very emotional. It was like a battle. So this karmic really did a number on the relationship with these two divine souls. It's sad. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. So there's going to be definitely some storm warning. Okay, this is a warning, and this is all coming under divine timing. All right, this player no longer wants to be a player, and they are still very, very attracted to you. Okay, there may be some sort of fear either coming from your part or theirs that you may not feel the same. Okay, the storm warning just could be that you didn't think this person was going to come back, okay? And why now? Why at this minute? Why suddenly? Okay, maybe you have not seen this person in a few months. For some of you, it has been a few years, okay? I'm getting 10 to 12 for some of you. But all in good timing. So everything that has happened, it has happened for a reason, okay? It was to align certain things because certain things needed to play out the way they did, okay? And I know that this is difficult for a lot of people to understand, but it was the only way to align everything. It was like the way I'm getting like this picture that's bowling. When you go bowling, you have to align the ball a certain way to get a strike. So certain things needed to kind of align in order for the pins to fall, so to speak, okay? So right now, if you look at the oracle cards, you're going to see the karmic reader. So this is definitely an ex. Maybe your ex's ex. This person definitely dabbles in magic, okay? They are into illusions. This person wanted to, blur the truth. And they were doing this for a very, very long time. They may have been going to karmic readers. They may have been going to witch doctors. This person may, dabble in the arts themselves. They may do voodoo. This person definitely was sending you some baneful magic. This person was also targeting you and putting love spells on your partner. Okay, they were trying to cast some sort of love spell to keep them bound. Okay, if you look at the card, they look like they were bound. So this person was definitely blinded by this karmic, and they were definitely bound. This person may have left you in the cold with no closure, okay? Or they feel that they were left in the cold and things got very tough, emotionally got very tough, okay? They went through a journey that they really didn't need to go down, and it really tested their inner strength. And clarity was something that they kept they kept wanting clarity in a situation, and it just, and joy, and it was just like sucked out completely. But at this divine timing, and basically it's telling you to have patience and faith, because things are definitely gonna work out. This person that went through this foolish journey, there are consequences to their actions. Everyone that does basically anything stupid, you're going to have consequences. Just because you don't want the accountability, it doesn't mean that that's not going to happen. Everybody, you know, the decisions you make, whether good or bad, they all have some sort of accountability. This person is definitely aligning, and they are growing, and they are learning from their decisions, but they do feel foolish. This person may come to you because they're also spiritually depleted. They have been spiritually attacked, by black magic. They were kept in the dark. They were, it made like a very profound imbalance. Okay, their vitality was they were being basically everything, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. This person was being like siphoned from their energy. Okay, but the ancestors also kind of popped in and said, we need to put an end to this, because it's just gone way too long. The foolishness has gone way too long, and this karmic, nobody has stopped. She just kept, and I'm hearing she, because that's the energy that's coming. It could be a he and their female energy. Okay, but definitely this is a person that just took it too far. I'm hearing. You or your person, you may not want to be alone. You may be questioning, what is the truth now? And I can't talk to you right now. So there may be certain things that you're still questioning, or this person is still questioning. Okay. The I don't want to be alone, there's certain things maybe about your past that you may question and may feel insecure about, you or your person. But there's going to be a certain level of truth. There's going to be a revelation, okay, that is going to set the record straight. I'm hearing. Set the record straight. And if you look at the advice that Spirit is giving you, let's see. Let me look over here. So right now, there's definitely different paths for you to follow, okay? There's a destiny. So part of your destiny is to follow this path, okay? And like I said earlier, it doesn't matter if you go down one path or the other. There's going to be lessons and gifts in all of them, okay? But Spirit just wants you to choose wisely. And you're at, number 10 basically denotes, you're ready to start this journey. You're ready to kind of go to the next step. Right now, as far as new beginnings, there may not be a new beginning with you or your old partner, not just yet, until you kind of maybe rehash certain heartaches and loss, okay, you may have to kind of find some closure, okay? Find some closure, find some meaning in what happened, okay? And not until you feel better about that, you may not be able to move on. But you have gained a lot of wisdom. After all of this, you have gained a lot of wisdom, okay? And this is what Spirit wants you to know, that you have gained a lot of wisdom and a lot of know how. So I hope this message resonated with you. Please hit share and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Take care.